And if one side makes more and more noise, it doesn't mean that you're more and more right.
Hi, Arindam from the Economic Times newspaper in India. And since both of you are present here, Willie and Peter, my question is regarding India's expansion policy, and which has closely become borderline protectionism about granting of international flying rights to foreign carriers. Willie has spoken much about it, about how it doesn't serve a purpose. But are Indian Airlines and the IATA differing on views of expansion of international flying rights here?
I'm not sure if I completely heard your question when you said it was bordering what exactly? You know, let me give a few observations here. First of all, it's called the bilateral agreement, right? That means two sides have to agree on something. And if one side makes more and more noise, it doesn't mean that you're more and more right. It's a bilateral agreement, and that means that the two sides have to agree on what's the benefit for both sides. And if one side makes a lot of noise, it doesn't mean that the other side say, yeah, no, we do it. That's one. Two, I think, and you are very much aware of that, there's quite a few recent changes in bilateral agreement. I think the government of India has stepped forward, made a couple of new air service agreements with different countries in different parts of the world. And so I would disagree with your bordering protectionism statement. I think the government of India has made quite a few new bilateral agreements with countries in the region. Historically, a lot of countries had flying rights to India, were using these flying rights, where Indian operators were not using these flying rights. I think that should be taken into consideration as well, would be my third point here. And there were a massive number of flights into India and no operations by Indian operators. So for a government to look at that and to say, first, let's use the existing pool of traffic rights, and when the existing pool is being exhausted, go to new traffic rights, I think it's a completely fair and balanced approach in that.